Siyata Dishmaya, we did Chitas Rashi. Now we go through Chitas Toisves and other Gishonim. So the Gemara says, it says in the Mishnah, Isha Nikis V'Sholosh Drochim, a woman acquires over 3 ways. The Kesef Shtar v'Chazoka. I mean, Kesef Shtar and Via. So the number comes to exclude only those 3, nothing more. Which opinion it comes to exclude? So the Gemara says, Lemiute Chalipin. Comes to exclude Chalipin. Rashi says, which Chalipin? Kinyan Sudo. Sakadaita Chamina, the Avamina was, since we learned Kichim is the Ephroim, we learn Kesef. From so the Ephroim says the word Kika Chijish, Kicha in Ephroim says Akesef so the Kach Mimeni. So the same way, so the Mekani Bechalipin, Afisha Mekani Bechalipin. Since I'm learning Kesef, Kiddushin from Kesef of this field of Ephroim, Avon brought the field of Ephroim, and Chalipin is also works by a Sodem. So also Isha shouldn't work. The question is, why if we thought I learned Kesef by a woman from Sode Ephroim, also Chalipin should be learned? So Rashi told us, because Chalipin, it's also one of the Kinyon Sode, of Sode, of the field. We found in the book of Ruth, there was a field, and they bought the field by Ruth. Boaz bought the field with Chalipin. So since I learned Kiddushin, Kesef, from Kesef of buying a field by Ephraim, the land of Ephraim, so I'm learning, so also I learn other Kinyonim of Sodeh, which is Chalipin. That's Rashi apparently. The Moses Kamash Holland is out, the number 3 comes to exclude Chalipin. So maybe yes. So it's not Chalipin is less than Shabbat Puto, and Loi Mekadesh, they gnai for her, they Mekadesh with it, and therefore the whole thing is canceled. The question is the Rabbanon, so Doraisa. That's another Shana Rashi.
If the ignorance is less than Shabbat Puto, that means that Kinyan, that's how it's done.
Yes.
It's not like it's
since Chalipin can be less than Shabbat Puto.
Could be, or usually is.
No, could be.
Really?
In Snayu, there is. Chalipin exists. Since Chalipin is Snayu, Boaz, Chalipin exists unless. Therefore, because you can acquire with a Kli even doesn't have Shabbat. Itnayu, it is existent. Yesh boy. In Hebrew, yesh boy has in it. Chalipin has in it less than Shabbat, as long as it's clean. And Nisa, it's a gnai for her, therefore the whole thing is bought. So Toisa doesn't like Shitas Rashi. So let's see Tosa.
Where's that Rashi of Isnai?
There's no Rashi base now. It's a Gemara says it's nine.
Okay. So what is
2 lines on the bottom and Daf Gimel Amud Aleph. It says Ve'imo Chenami. The Gemara says Chalipin Isnayu Bo Shabbat. Chalipin exists, and so and let's Shabbat Puto. Ve'ish Shabbat Puto leMekan Nafsh.
That's the shot of that word that there is, that you said that's Hebrew, but is that Torah or is that this Hebrew, the word that there is?
Itnayu is Aramaic word, not Hebrew.
What?
Itnayu is Aramaic word.
there is in it?
Okay, but you have to know
Right.
what the Torah mean in that, not just because that's what it makes sense. It has to know, you have to know what's the mamish, the exact point of that, because it could be, that's the way the din is, that's the din you use it that. Maybe Ikra din, that's what it is. You could use something else, but Ikra din, that's what it is. That's why it could be that's why he's pushing, because it's dafka that and not things that could be otherwise.
The word Itnayu, if you open the dictionary, means yesh boy. There is in it.
But what does that mean? There is in it. What's that?
That doesn't say anything
No,
more.
I know, I understand, but so it could be in it because in the din of how it's done is that less than sugar fruit, not that it's possibilities.
Which
No,
does
the point is whether it's equal.
Ve'isha b'chom shevutal leMekan Nafsho. That's the requirement. Okay.
Makes it not committed in Svorka.
Yeah. Good. So I'm learning now Tosfot. Daf Gimel Amud Aleph. Ve'isha bepocho is misho beputo Lo mekani nafsho. I hear what you say. I hear. You have the pashas. You have the what possibilities.
This had to be the Torah, but it's not just.
Yeah, I'm talking about pashas going to the Torah.
Because the Rabbi said you have to follow the Torah dictionaries. There's only a few of them.
Right. Ve'isha v'porosha v'bruto lo mekani nafsho. I'm reading Tosot of Gimel Amud Aleph. People have a Gemara. Melech, you have a Gemara? Good. What? He made a sheet and then the Gemara is printed inside. The Tosfot prints and printed inside. Good.
I'm following you.
Ve'isha, I'm reading Tosfot. Ve'isha bepachot v'shaveh pruta lo mekani nafsho. Pirush b'kuntres. Kuntres is Rashi. Rashi explains, Mishum de'gnayu hu lo, it's shame for her. Ilkach, therefore, Boti lo teres Chalipin Kiddushin. The term Chalipin is cancelled by Kiddushin. The law of Chalipin, because lesser Shavavut is shame, deny. So therefore, the whole teres Chalipin is cancelled Kiddushin. Because it's intrinsic. It shows what type of kinyan is it. Even if I give the woman, I give Kiddushin to the woman, Chalipin, with a vessel which has Shabbat.
By saying that, he's showing you that the picture is the other way.
Chalipin is no good. It's botel. As long as you give it b'Torah, Rashi says loshon. He says b'Torah. He didn't translate Rashi 100%. The Erev Shleimer. Toises quotes, Yoiv le b'Torah's Chalipin. Rashi says, Yoiv le b'loshon Chalipin. Yes.
And also doesn't mean the last part of Rashi.
Right.
It doesn't mean the last part of Rashi, and the Yoiv le b'loshon.
Right.
So he means the service of the.
As long as you gave it Torah's Chalipin, the whole thing is canceled.
You saw the catch of the Rashash.
No, it's not necessarily that he has to quote the whole Rashi. He quotes part of Rashi.
I know, but he
Still, our Rashi is too hard. It's not, that doesn't answer the Rashash. Our Rashi said more. Yes, again, our Rashi is not asking on the quote of Toises on Rashi.
The question is, you have a Masorah when Tosfot speaks like that he has a different, his understand what Rashi is, what it is, or he left it up a doctrine because he wanted to say the shot.
No understanding is it shows his understanding. The question of Rabbeinu Tam. Rabbeinu Tam had a question on Rashi. You have to remember, Rabbeinu Tam is the grandson of Rashi. He has a question his grandfather. Question of Rabbeinu Tam. Dimken, if so, Poshto Yodo, if the woman stretches her hand and she opens her hand, the kibon, she received the Chalipin. Tiskadesh, or be Mekudeshes. The Porum Shavaput, the lesser Shavaput. If she was busha, she didn't open her hand. If she opened her hand, it means there's no busha, it's not gnai for her. If according to Rashi, the whole reason why Chalipin is excluded. Because the gnai, so if a woman says it's not gnai for me, it's not gnai for her. She didn't say it verbally, she opened her hand to receive Kiddushin. He didn't put the Kiddushin in her hand, she opened her hand. She didn't act of showing she wants it.
That doesn't mean it's not a bush. It means that she could do a lot. And the Rabbi Yitzchak Cohen said most of the time people in the Gemara time are very poor, and even if they would do something, even though it's a bush, they do it anyway because they don't want to. They want to be married, and it's very difficult to get married.
Okay, let's define your reality. The woman is shame, but she doesn't want to be not married, and she opened her hands. So how do I define this woman? She wants it or doesn't want it?
Good. That means she's not embarrassed. She's taking it anyway.
Yeah, but why the rabbis, or why we cancel Chalipin? Who is they?
We, the rabbis, have taken responsibility for the sheep of the Jewish women. But that doesn't mean the women, they can do what they want, but we care about their kavod. And
Okay.
we push
That's a
it.
good shot. That's a good shot. When I was in a Levaya, Abav Gershon Rosenberg in Chanukah, so right after the Levaya, the Beryl was there. And he came over to me and he told me, listen, Rabbi Tzvi Miller, you know Rabbi Tzvi Miller? He said he learned Pshat and the Chabura in Rashi. What exactly what Rabbi Chaim Feisha just said now. What Pshat and Rashi that Gnai, says as a kasha, if it's shame, what happened if she opens her hand? He says, yes. People do things with their shame because they want to be married, otherwise they won't open their hands. But doesn't show that the fact she opened her hand, she's not shamed. And since she's shamed, the rabbis broke it away. That's the way they answered. He says, we have a pshat and Rashi. Okay. Ve'oid.
That's the kasha.
There's a kasha. If Teisha says, if Rashi says, Gnai, if I open my hands and she received the Kiddushin, means it's not a Gnai for her. She wants it. Simply wanting means she's not ashamed. You say, no, she can want, but still shame. So you answer. Okay. Ve'oid. But Teisha's kasha was, since she opens her hand and receives it, means it's not a Gnai. That's wrong, right? So Rebel told me, Tzvi Miller, and also you, Chaim said, that could not necessarily could be the fact she opens her hand, she wants to be married. It doesn't mean she's not married with shame. The rabbi scared for her shame and he canceled. I want to say. Yes. Yes.
But maybe a woman is more ashamed not to be married than she is to accept without.
That's what they say. That's what the rabbi said.
Ashamed.
That's what Rabbi Chaim says. More shame to be single than accept the junk, unless it's her put to be married. But she'd rather be married. There's more shame. What's your name? They're from Brazil. What's your name? Alexander? Get yourself a Gemara. You speak English? Get yourself a Gemara. In Toshas, we learn in a second. Show him where we're holding. Get him involved.
Don't we say?
What?
Don't we say it's a hazal that we say? And one will sing it.
She'd rather be with a companionship than to be alone, even though a person is full of oils.
So how embarrassing is that?
Right?
Okay, so there's levels of embarrassment. But she gets married.
She's married. She's not alone. She's married.
Married.
That's only a woman. A man would rather be alone.
Something else, the woman.
Right. But a woman.
Was it Gnai, even she wants a woman.
What?
Because this type of bottle like that is Khalifi.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said the Gnai is not necessarily her wish. They're removing the Gnai from her rotzai. She's right to be Gnai, but doesn't mean it's not Gnai. That's what they answer. Yeah, I understand. I like this answer. This is a bell came to me in the funeral saying that Pshat Rashi. He said the name of Tzvi Miller.
So you told her she wants to.
Yeah. Doesn't no, it's not that true. It's not true. They said didn't ask the kasha, even though it's a gnai, she wants it, so it should work. No, the rabbis cancel if it's gnai for her. They understood that if she wants it, means it's not a gnai. That's the pashas of Teisas kasha. So you're right. If the whole place is gnai, if she did an act showing she wants it, means it's not a gnai. Good. So we answering no. She's Porsche, still is gnai. She wants it, but because she has other pressures. She wants it because she wants to be single. She wants to be in a companionship. But even though it's a gnai, so the rabbis took it out.
It's an answer. Actually, it's not a gnai.
This is the way it's understood. That if she pushed the other, she was machshib, it means it's not a gnai. That's why it says kash. But they answer. They say no. She didn't machshib it. She'd rather be with a marriage, even with a gnai marriage, as long not to be alone. She's out the kaka. She's 28, 35, 50, who knows, 45 years old. She's on the edge, whatever the age is. She's on the edge with such an age. And she really knows that's a last chance. So she takes this junk, this fruta. It doesn't mean it's not shame because of pressures.
Let's say about how she feels about the guy.
Right.
That's nothing to talk about. Forget about that. It's nothing to do with it.
She just wants a child, doesn't care who from. You're laughing, but those things are real. They're real.
It doesn't also matter if the Pshat is totally in the rabbis are saying it's Rashi's Pshat.
Yes. According to this Pshat, you have to say that the rabbis knocked it out. Because it's not Svoras that she doesn't want it. Svoras HaTorah. Rather, it's a Svor of the rabbis because although she says I want, but still she wants Gnai because she's stuck. Doesn't mean there's no Gnai. And because it's Gnai, the rabbis cancel. Ve'oid. Taisus Reed said such a thing? No, we saw Taisus Riazokin. Taisus Riazokin that the rabbis mafkia. Yeah, it's like Taisus Riazokin. Look at Taisus Riazokin. No, but he says before that. Lo mekani nafsho. She doesn't acquire so. Taisus Riazokin says Ilkach. Therefore, afal pishi roitzo. What's the word roitzo? Even though she wants lishka bezbosh, she wants it. She's poshto yoda. Ein a kiddushin klum yifkiu toras chalim kiddushin. The rabbi is mafkir, even though she wants. What do you mean she wants? Because it's gnai. So you see in the Teitzei Hazokin, you can have one thing, but it's called gnai. Yeah, that's Pshat Teitzei Hazokin. It's Pshat Marash. Okay. Ve'oid. But Teitzei has more kashas. Let's see Teitzei other kashas. Void and more. I'm reading now second line in Tosfos.
So the Tosfos would be holding like the rabbis.
Where's this guy Alexander? Oh yeah. You got a Gemara. Give him a Gemara.
He has Gemara. So we are.
You ever learned Kiddushin before? Lamata Kiddushin פעם לפני כן? מסכת Kiddushin? אוקיי.
הוא ילמד איתי.
בעזרת השם.
בעזרת השם.
אז נכניס אותו לתוך העניינים.
אמרתי לו שגם להיות כאן. ומוסיף קידוש
בעזרת השם. לאט יבין. ואויד and more. Another question.
Tosfos is holding that it's not the rabbis. He's the Kashi against Rashi. He's saying it's a Kashi. Is he holding that?
Not clear.
No.
But Pasha's I understand Tosfos Kashi is that if she wants, means not a gnai. The fact she wants it, and she didn't act to show she wants it.
So it's her, not the rabbi.
It's her, so she wants it. When she doesn't want it, doesn't want it. When she wants it, she wants it. Normal woman, you don't know if she wants it or not. You give her the money, you give it to her hand, she doesn't throw it back at you, so you assume she wants. But maybe she's shamed. So things found a case where you don't put her in her hand and she didn't throw it, you know you want. She didn't act. She pushed the order. She was the one that initiated her hand to stretch her hand that she wants. So when she did an act of stretching her hands, you can't say anymore it's shame. Shame means she doesn't really want it, but she's ashamed about it, but she accepted it, but the end of it. She's gonna say she doesn't want it. So since she doesn't want it, although she accepted it, but she doesn't want it. But she pushed the order, she initiated, that shows that she wants it, l'chatchila. It's not a di'evet matzah, it's a l'chatchila matzah. On that, Reb Tzvi Miller answer that even though she did an act of initiation, doesn't mean that she wants her full heart. Because she has other pressures, doesn't want to be alone. She's an old lady. She wanted to have children. Tamar wanted to have children from Yehuda. She wanted to be part of the 12 tribes, part of the nation of Israel. So she went crazy. She didn't even Kiddushin. She became right. She sat on the crossroad. Come here, because she's still there. And Hashem knew that desire. She was really a tzaddikus. He gave her children. And Mashiach came from them. Parents. Right? Zerach, parents. So women have crazy things because they have different pressures, desires. They want to be alone. So if I don't want to be alone, they'll push it yad. So comes with Tzimila and he says, even though the Rebel and Reb Chaim, all of them say, even though she's poished in an act of poished yad, doesn't show still that she, although she initiated, so she really more wants it, but doesn't remove away that it's still shame. Just her different pressures overcome the shame of Gnai. That's the way they answer Rashi. The oi, and that's really pshat. He has up.
The understanding why the rabbis treated it that way, what in the end game of the marriage between the man and the woman that makes the whole thing not mamish, really, not mamish, but it's all the problems that make the rabbis so that
Canceled it.
they don't want that.
They don't want that.
those
Yes.
marriages.
They don't want such a beginning. Start on the left foot.
I say it's covered.
The oil.
It's covered in Bas Miller.
Because on that,
They have to take her clients for that.
right. Very good. Very good. Ve'oi, then more. I'm reading second line. Ve'oi, another question. Daniel Yavi Gemara. Very good. Ve'oi, then more. Even the Tolitam or Mishum de Gnayulo. Since the Gemara depended on the reason why the rabbis canceled Chalipin from the kinyonim of Isha is because it's a shame. If so, Amai porich b'Gemara. Why the Gemara didn't ask? Ante the Rabbi Yanai, the daughters of Rabbi Yanai. Rabbi Yanai was a very rich man. The daughters of Rabbi Yanai, the kaptu anashayu, they makfid on themselves. V'lo imekache, they didn't want to do Kiddushin. The pochas less mitakav less than 12,000 dinar. Takav, it's a weight of 6 kabin of dinarim of silver coins.
Side with all the chests.
He says, "You fill up this chest full of gold, silver coins. I'm gonna talk to you." They'll makbid on themselves not to be engaged to nobody less than a chest full of big chests or big who knows what.
Put that in the room with all the other chests of all the jewels. And
Right. You want to get married to the daughter of Rabbi Yanai? They'll makbid on themselves not to mekadosh. Doesn't puzzle. So the Gemara asks this question.
But the mark, to cover the father.
Cover the father. Cover the daughter. The daughters of Rabbi Yanai.
Father's very rich.
Father's very rich and is the Godel Ador.
It's not because
So you want to be involved with such a family, you have to pay.
right. There must be not
Makpid or makpid. Pay the makpid, not less.
But the Lafuke mind.
Not less.
Not less and more. But what's the double? If it's covered.
She puts her hand and she gets Chalipin. But you know the generally is that she's a type of a woman that she's makpid. She comes from a family that they're very noble. So the Gemara is this example. Beisham, I say that a woman doesn't get engaged Kiddushin only by dinar of silver. So the Rabbi says, "What's the svara by Beisham?" And the Gemara's Havamina was what the Rabbi was, because normally the daughters of Israel, the Jewish women, don't want to they're makpid on themselves not to be engaged less than the dinar. That's a minimum coin. It's silver coin, not less than that. So the Gemara has a kash against Rabbi Zeira. Omar le'Abaye. From now on, the daughters of Rabbi Yanai, they're makpid on themselves not to mekadosh less than a tarkav. Tarkav is 3 kabin, 3 kav. Log is a 1/6 of a kav. 86 million liters is a 1/6 of a kav. Do 86 times 6, how much is it? Milliliters? So by that say half a liter is 1 log. 3 of that is 1.5 liters. The volume of 1.5 liters full of silver coin. 7.5 kilos. That's what Yechezkel said. 7.5 kilos of silver. Less than that, don't talk to me. I like those women. 7.5 kilos. 7.5 kilos. Wow. The other day, an Arab told me last night that the Arab women, you cannot marry them unless you bring a dowry of 350 grams of gold. 350 grams of gold is 150,000 shekels. Shekels. Less than that, they don't talk.
House. What's an house?
Arab women. So surely Jewish women, right? So the Gemara says, if the whole reason of Beis Shammai, why you Mekadosh would only need them, Dino, not Pruto, because they're Makpid. So what about this families which Makpid bore? If she puts her hands to less, it wouldn't work. But you know, in essence, the type of woman is that the Makpid more noble woman. That's more its kasha. Gemara says no. No, it's different. The reason Beis Shammai, because they held the silver of the Torah means Dino. But according to Beis Hillel, it's a Pruto, and Rashi says why lesser Torah Pruto by Chalipin was the Gnai. See, if it's a Gnai, so what happened? Daughters of Rav Yanai, so even Pruto wouldn't be enough. The same Tasha we had on the Beis Shammai, the Havamina Beis Shammai, we thought, why Beis Shammai required Dina? Because of Kveda. Because of Kveda, say every group of women is different. She shouldn't work according to their reality. Definitely not. That's the most kasha. She says that the Gemara should have asked also here. According to Rashi, that according to Beis Hillel Pruto is because only Pruto it's noble for them. Less than Shava Pruto is disgrace. So what about women that even Pruto is not good for them? They want Takev the Nidreis, even that should not work. There's no Kanai. So why the Gemara didn't ask the same? Why Apaye didn't ask the same kasha that you had on Beis Shammai, according to Rab Zera? Why didn't ask here on Beis Hillel? Yes, the third kasha. But I don't see this kasha as strong kasha. Why? We can say less than Shava Pruto is not even money. It's not money. It's only because it's a vessel, so people machshiv. It's a gnai. It turns it to not money.
It's just a symbolic thing to make a position.
Normally, less than Shava Pruto, if the person wants, it doesn't work. But if it's less than Shava Pruto, which is a vessel, it's a chashivus. So the word is not a you personal machshiv. The whole world machshivs a vessel. Even though it's a Shava Pruto. So by Chalipin works, by Kiddush doesn't work as a Gnai. It's a shame. But
the smallest coin in any denomination.
What?
Used to be 5 agarot here, right? A peruta. Used to be 5 agarot. Now it's 10 agarot. What can you do now with 10 agarot?
Nothing.
What can you do with it?
Yeah, we got change of Telegorot the last year or two.
Yeah, got a whole box full of it.
A whole box there. When you go to the store, you get Telegorot. Only takes anyone. Yes. Yes. We have it printed. We have this always printed. Yes.
The cash is different.
Yes.
Not like The cash goes on the cash, and the cash before it continues. And the cash before the cover.
No, it's the same cash. But the mark even put shouldn't be enough. That's just cash. Even put shouldn't be enough.
So this continues before. And we said before.
לא הזכרת שבפרוטה זה שליח או בלילה.
But Mashwif didn't want less.
אבל ביום על דעת צריך, that's the first cash.
So he learns the kasha, but he goes on the first kasha. The Tosfos Rosh learns, but he goes on the first kasha, the Gemara. He didn't learn like we learned separate. He learns on the first kasha.
No, he's not contradiction the first cash. First kasha was if they want, they want. So even Mater Rabiana, if they want, they want. Kasha was even Mater Rabiana, if they stretch their hand, so you know they want. The only kasha is Shliach or Balayla. One, that's what they say Rosh is. There's no order not to contradict the first kasha. But the second kasha is different. Second kasha is If the whole reason of Rashi Lesser Shavut is a Gnai, that's why it's out. So Kompante Rabiana, even a Pruta shouldn't be enough. Like we asked against Beis Shammai, if it's Kpeda, Pante Rabiana, even dinner shouldn't be enough. But surely even Pruta not.
They want a different amount, we should have the same question.
Right?
I don't.
If it's a do with Kpeda and Gnai. So do with her not wanting, that's the reason why Chalipin is out, was a Gnai, she doesn't want. I thought the rabbis care. That's just when we answered Rashi. The rabbis care for the Jewish women. No. It's a Gnai, she doesn't want. If the Svorah she doesn't want, what happens if she does want? What happens if she's makpid, even a Puta shouldn't be? Even a Puta she's makpid, even a Puta shouldn't work if it's B'shliach HaBalayim.
So the kasha. If he said that what time he said Gnai,
You can even do it Gnai, even Shavah Puta, Bante de Rabbayana should not work. Like the Gemara is later on by Beis Shammai.
So, am I not talking?
But Gemara like the Kasha, Bante Rabbayana by Beis Shammai. By Beis Shammai, the Afamina was as to do with Kpeda, Rab Zera said it's Kpeda, that's why Dina doesn't work. And like Gemara said it's Kpeda, so Bante Rabbayana might be even more, even Dina should be enough. So also here, according to Rashi, that why lesson Shavah Puta is not good by Khalif because Kpeda. So also, Bante Rabbayana, even Puta should be enough. The Kitcha Balaylo al Deshliach, yes. By us. Even Puta should be. By Beisila. Even Puta shouldn't be good. Right, but according to the Bante de Rabbayana, then the Makpid even on Puta, so even Puta shouldn't be good. So he's asking the same Kasha should be also by Beisila.
Everybody else Puta works.
But he's the Gemara should ask on this. According to Rashi, but I know, but according to Beisila, he's asking on Beisila. The Gemara should ask on Beisila why Puta works. According to Rashi, by Beisila, that less of a Puta is Kpeda. So even if that's true, even Puta should be Kpeda. According to Beisila, by Bante de Rabbayana. By Bante de Rabbayana, yes.
But who's talking about Rabbayana? They want dinner, they want more.
Doesn't matter how much they want, but it shouldn't work even a Puta. Correct.
Because it's only the Rotz.
The Rotz, they do the Gnai, Rotz, so even Bante de Rabbayana, even Puta should not work. Bekitcha B'laylo V'shli. Yes.
They see that what that the kitchen
Yeah, the Gemara's Afamina was that the Svora Beis Shammai is Gnai, is Kpeda. Why Beis Shammai say Dino? Because they said normal women are Makpid. If it's with Kpeda, so Bante Rabbayana even Dino should not work. That's the Gemara's Kasha in Beis Shammai. So he says do copy paste, and it's the same Kasha on Beis Hillel. If according to Rashi, let's say Puta with Gnai, with Rotzoin, so even according to Bante Rabbayana, even Puta should not work. What? Normal people. But if he has to do with individuals she doesn't want, so first of all, what happened if she does want to cost the other? Number two, what happened? Bante Rabbayana, even Puta don't want shouldn't work.
You see, other Rabbi, see if you see what Rashi said in Gnai,
Right.
of the woman. So the Rabbi is a riot.
Not a raya, it's a kasha. It's not a raya, it's a kasha. It's a kasha. It's a kasha. It's a kasha. Why basically? It's a kasha. It's a kasha. It's a kasha to Beisila. Beisila say that Puta Valai works. By Bante Rabbayana, she not work because they're makpid.
She works because of
Because it's more money. But the problem, Bante Rabbayana, they're makpid, they don't want.
They don't want to work.
Good. So if Kitcha Balaylo the Shliach, it says by Mishnah, but Puta is Bekudeshes, because Puta is more money. If I do a Shliach or a Balaylo by a normal woman, by give a Puta, she's Bekudeshes, but Bante de Rabbayana, I should not work. And if she says Puta, even Balaylo Shliach.
By Puta and Balayla. It works by the Rabbayana?
By Beisilil, Puta works by Shliach or Balayla. Works. Yeah, the Kasha. By Bante de Rabbayana, I should not work.
The Gemara says it doesn't.
Well, it says it does work.
By Balayla,
Shliach Balayla works.
Moses by Shliach Balayla and Shliach Balayla.
Yes.
It works so bad that Ramyanai.
By Basilius.
They put it in Shammai.
The Shammai, the Gemara, the Maisa does not, it works, yes. Ali ben Emes, yes. Yes, it works, it works. Because Kesef Torah Tzuri, that's Kesef Torah. Once it's Kesef Torah is Dino is finished. Ali ben Emes, yes. But the Avamina by Shammai with Gnai, Abzega said was Gnai. So Gnai, but the Rabbiana, even Dino is a Gnai. So he's saying the same svor as Ali ben Beisilel. Not Avamina, Ali ben Emes. Beisilel say, why list such over Pruto by Chalipin doesn't work? Gnai, if has to do Gnai, so even Shover Pruto, if the woman, it says that she comes from a family that is a Gnai, even Shover Pruto shouldn't work by Kicho Balayla or the Shliach. Yes.
So then the kasha is, why the Gemara did not ask it?
Yes.
Where?
Here, by Beisilel.
By Beisilel.
Yes.
If it's totally free.
Yes. Ve'oi, third kash. Ve'oi koshe. Cave on the Salkanaita. Since we have a Havamina Ashta right now. Lemigma kinyone ishon kinyone sode. The Havamina of the Gemara now is to learn the acquisition of a woman from acquisition of sod, like Rashi said. No, not only kirkir. We learn kesef from Stefan. It seems so therefore in this other kinyonim, as it says, Vaishlof Naloi by Sod by Nurus. So it seems with this kinyonim by Sod as a Chalipin, also a woman. So we learn in kinyon Sod the kinyon Isha. Kinyon Isha, kinyon Sod. In Ken Isha Nami Tikne Bechazoko. Kamo Sod. If you learn in kinyon Isha kinyon Sod as a not only kesef, also learn, you also learn Chalipin. If the same rhythm, also learn Chazaka. The oil and more. The Lekamon, fourth kash. The Lekamon, the Fei boy, by Gemorah Shtar Minolo. The Gemorah wants to know how do I know that I married a woman? Kiddushin, my woman with a star. The Gemorah learns it from Girushin. There's a Maki Shavai Le'etzia. What's a voice?
When they make
My boy, what's the Gemorah's question?
they make an understanding of svara that it can be coming from here, coming from there. All of a sudden, they say also let's learn Chazaka.
Yes.
Okay.
Not all of a sudden. He has a kasha. Let's also learn Chazaka. And more, let's learn also Shtar. How do I know that a woman gets married with Shtar? The Gemara search for a source. My boy, what's the Gemara's problem? Ligamo misoda, let's learn from a soda. Since you can buy a field also with a Shtar. So also you marry a woman with a Shtar. We'll have to learn from Girushin. You have a source. Since according to Rashi, why we had a Havamina the Chalipin works? Because I learned Kesef from Sode, so I learned all the kinyonim of Sode. Chalipin is all the kinyonim also like I found by Ruth, that I can acquire Sode with Chalipin. Avram didn't buy with Chalipin. But I learned in Kesef of a woman from the Sode of Avram. And since Sode, I found other places in the Torah that I buy with Chalipin. So let's also woman by Chalipin. It means I'm learning kinyon and Sode to Yisha. So let's learn more. Let's learn Chazok and let's learn Shtar too.
What?
What? How we answer?
You say that
Chazok maybe is part of Bia.
we don't learn from the Ekesh everything. We learn just money, but we don't learn all the other kinyanim.
But Rashi says we do learn the kinyon. I proved it from Rashi. Rashi says, what's the Havim of Chalipin? Not because Chalipin is Kesef, like we see soon Rabbi Nutam. That's Rabbi Nutam. That only because Chalipin is part of Kesef. No. Chalipin is another kinyan of Sode. So if you're learning other kinyan of Sode, let's learn Chalok and Shtar. So the answer that Chazok is out because part of Bia. And Shtar is out because by a field, who writes a Shtar? Who writes a Shtar by a field?
But the seller or the buyer?
The buyer. The seller, sorry. This by karka, by land, the seller writes a shtar. And here we want the husband, which is the buyer. So we cannot learn shtar from karka. Who says this? I think the Rashash. Let's see the Rashash here.
Doesn't it bring down?
Open the Rashash.
Shami that they exclude that hazaka? Pashita, we learned in Bnei Yeshua. The Shami.
Yeshua learned something else. Yeshua says the Pshan Rashi that it's only a raya how we learned the Gzerashon Kicha. When we said the word Kicha means Kesef, we thought maybe it doesn't mean Kesef, means also all Kinyon Yasodeh. And then since it's Gnai, we take out Chalipin, which means it's only a raya because it's Gnai that we don't learn the laws of Sadeh to Kinyan Isha. The Kinyon Yasodeh to Isha, we learn Pshat and Loshon. It says the word take a woman, it was only a dictionary, it tells us what it means take. Same way we see the word take by field means money. Also here, the word take means money. So we're learning pshat and the meaning of the word taking. It's not kinyonim. We're not transferring kinyonim. Laws. We're not transferring laws. We learning the translation of the word kika. That's the way the Yeshua is learning pshat. That's why we never had a chazok and shtar should work. If you learn the laws of Sodeh to Kita Isha, so you learn all the laws of Sadeh, Chazok and Shtar too, not only Chalipin. If you're not learning the laws, you're learning the word, what the words mean. Take a woman. Kika Chishish, what does take mean? You see the word take, there means Kesef, also here means Kesef. And anything which is not part of the word is not part of the word. Chazok and Shtar is out. The Avamina was, we're learning the laws. Chalipin, you're right, and also Chazok and Shtar. But Skon is no, we're learning Pshat in the word, not Dini. That's the way the Yeshua is learning. Because those 4 questions, I wanted to show you the Rashash. The Rashash answers what I just said now, that I cannot learn. I cannot learn. Here's the Rashash. Here. The Rashash says, he says, you cannot ask about a shtar because by a sodeh, the seller writes. The husband writes, who's the buyer. Come on to Zain, Av Koisev, Michael Emeima. More later on says this more. The father sells, you're right. If the father writes, the father is selling his daughter. But if the husband writes, there's no comparison. Later on, it says the same small. So basically, he answers the kasha and shtar that you cannot learn from Sodeh. Because if you learn from Sodeh, the seller writes, and here the buyer writes, the husband. So we have to learn from Girushi. The husband writes here, the husband writes. Okay. We'll stop here. So we have to see Rabbeinu Tam. I want everyone to start. Now we really have to start the engine. You have the Rabbeinu Tam. Look in the papers. In the first page of Slabotka sheets, there is Sefer Hayosh al Rabbeinu Tam. Rabbeinu Tam wrote a book called Sefer Hayosh. And Toysus quote Rabbeinu Tam from his book. Sometimes that verbally, they know what he said. Students heard from him. Sometimes they quote from his book. The problem is, there's a stira between his books and the way that Toysus quotes Rabbeinu Tam. And that's what a lot of people try to answer. That's going to deal this week. This coming week, how to answer the stira between the book of Rabbeinu Tam and what Ktois calls Rabbeinu Tam. How there's no really a stira, etc. Okay. Michananya ben Akas shoyim erotzak l'shbo. The Zachas were the fika. Hier wollte ich mir auch aber das Nazi zu hören, das Linkredich,